Chubb gets up and hammers it home.
Luger bounces it inside to Mooney, who jams it home.
To a cutting Jogo for the two-handed jam.
It's to Fluger for the two-handed jam.
Swatted by Durham. Jams with two. Another rejection.
Hello again, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Bray, coming to you today from Purcell Pavilion, where last Saturday, one of the best days in your tenure took place right here.
You know, Jack, I was so proud of our group last Saturday with our Boston College win. Obviously, TJ Gibbs is sick. Jawan Durham is down with the ankle. We have 6 guys, and we figure out a way to win, and our young guys made big plays. So, something to grow on.
Special day because not only did you come up with a great win, but you invited and welcomed Bob Whitmore into the Notre Dame Ring of Honor.
One of the all-time class acts. We know he was a great player, but one of the all-time class acts. No one brought that we put up in the Ring of Honor a bigger following of people, and Coach Morgan Wooten made the trip with him.
Now, then you head down to North Carolina, Gibbs, Durham, Mooney, all less than 100%, but you still managed to take them right down to the closing minutes.
You know, I'm proud of our group again, Jack, to play a North Carolina team, trying to bounce back after a tough loss, always a very tough place to play down there. I thought we gave ourselves every opportunity to win the game. We couldn't make a couple plays offensively at the end of the game to get us over the hump, but I was proud of how our young guys battled in that atmosphere.
I am always reluctant, especially this early in the season, to use must game, but folks, in the development of this program and this particular team, it really was a must win to beat BC here on Saturday. We'll show you the highlights coming up. At any time in your career, have you ever coached a team with just 6 available players?
Jack, it was absolutely new territory for us. TJ Gibbs is fine at the shoot-around. 20 minutes before the game, Skip tells me, you know, we send him back to the hotel. Jawan's still with the ankle. And obviously, we have to figure it out. And I was really proud of our group, you know, that we did and had to make some free throws to escape. Any league win you can get is a good one, but we've had a lot of good wins in our history here. That'll be one I'll always remember, just given the circumstances.
And to do it, guys had to step up, including freshman guard Prentice Hub, who was in a terrible shooting slump, and the media kept reminding him about it, and yet he comes out, scores 9 of your first 17 points. You get off to a great start. He hits 3 of his first 4 threes.
And he was due, Jack. You know, he was scoring for us early in the season. He's a better shooter than the numbers have shown lately. So I felt the law of averages were going to kick in. But some of our better wins early in the year, he has scored for us early. And I hope we can keep that up with him.
You also got 6 first-half points, a block and a steal from DJ Harvey, who looks fine, but he's such a great athlete. He is still coming back from that injury, and at times, I think that frustrates him.
Yeah, I think for him, he's still getting a feel and getting confident jumping and pushing off that knee, and that was a major procedure. And I think, you know, for him, he's kind of a redshirt freshman for us. You know, he really is. He's a rookie too in a lot of ways, but getting more comfortable and important for us because he can score the ball.
Now, Nate Leshevsky has started 3 freshmen for the first time in your tenure here at Notre Dame. Nate Leshevsky has been red hot from 3. He goes 0 for 7 against BC, but he doesn't hang his head. He gets 8 points and a career-high 10 rebounds.
Yeah, he was big on the backboard for us. I couldn't believe some of the open looks that he missed. He's going to make most of those. But the one thing about Nate, and the body is still getting stronger and older, but he competes and he throws himself around. His 10 rebounds were a key.
Of course, your rock this year, John Mooney, who I think already has to be a shoo-in for most improved player in the ACC. He gets 10.6 boards in the first half, finishes with a career-high 27 and 12 rebounds.
This is exciting to watch, that this man just growing and getting more comfortable and more confident, and it's every game there's something new he's showing you. Couldn't happen to a better young man, very focused. He wants to be a great player. He's become a great captain.
Early in the second half, you go on a 13-2 run. You go up by 14, but because of the situation, nobody in the building was comfortable.
No, and you know that they're going to make a run. They've got too many offensive guys, and they do make a run for us, and actually we lose the lead. But I love the idea of and the poise, especially that our young guys showed, you know, down the stretch.
Mooney hits that 3 with 4:15 left. You're up 6, but here they come. Kai Bowman gets the lead back. You get the ball back. You're down by 1. Harvey gets his shot blocked. You get it back in a traveling violation. Take me into the huddle and take me through what happened.
Well, you know what we said in the huddle? Just to get him in the frame of mind, I said, we're going to run what we ran in Maui. We're going to run Maui. Let's call it Maui. And it was more psychological than anything. And we ran a little bit of what we ran in Maui, and they took some stuff away. Johnny was a release, and Johnny did a great job getting it back to Prentice, and Prentice had the presence of mind of driving, but I was just trying to get him in the state of mind we're going to win at the end.
So Prentice drives, gets fouled. Look, here's a guy that's only made 59% of his free throws so far in his college career, and he nails them both.
Yeah, I'd have been shocked if he missed him. You know, he is a winner. He had played well during the game, so that gives you confidence. He stepped right up and knocked him in, and very, very proud of him and very deserving because he's got such a great attitude and he's a team guy.
So, Coach, certainly those 6 active Irish players rose together as they beat Boston College for the 12th straight time, 69-66.
Congratulations on you practice.
I'm getting momentum. Here we go, baby. I'm getting momentum. Hey! What a great story to just keep hanging in there and battling.
Heron loses the ball on the dribble into the hands of Hub. Shovels it to Harvey. Harvey goes in for the power jam.
You know, our young guys played great. Johnny set a great tone for us. All 6 of you guys. Just a neat story. Something we can build on, man. We started 3 freshmen. You guys played like warriors. Guys played like veterans, and you veteran guys helped them throughout the game.
We have 3 minutes.
Let's go. Defense, fellas. Defense.
Really proud of you. Really proud of you.
The ball is in the air. It is good!
It is 12 in a row against Boston College.
The gritty win over Boston College was the perfect conclusion to a very special weekend for the Notre Dame basketball program. A weekend that saw all-time great Bob Whitmore enter the Notre Dame Ring of Honor. Whitmore paved the trail for what would come to be known as the DC Pipeline. 14 other outstanding players followed Whitmore, as did current Irish coaches Rod Balanis and Mike Bray. In just 3 seasons, Whitmore put up incredible numbers for the Irish and remains the only Notre Dame player to record 6 20-point, 20-rebound performances in his career, and he remains 3rd on Notre Dame's all-time double-double list with 43. The weekend began when Bob arrived at practice on Friday and received his Ring of Honor ring from Coach Bray.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Well, certainly, it's a really powerful weekend for our basketball program, with Bob Whitmore joining some pretty powerful names up there in our Ring of Honor. Probably other than Carr and Dantley, I've always got emails or phone calls saying, great choice, but have you ever considered so-and-so? Because look at it, and really good stuff lobbying for him. I'll say this about Bob Whitmore. When we put the word out that we chose Bob Whitmore to go up in the Ring of Honor, it was unanimous of fans and former players. Great choice. He's got to be up there. Nobody was lobbying for anybody else. So, thank you. We've got 2 DC guys here, DJ Harvey and Prentice Hub. You know, we've talked about the program wouldn't be what it is with banners and recognition if we didn't have the pipeline from Washington, D.C. And Bob was our first guy. For the Ring of Honor, we have made up a ring for our guys. Bob, congratulations on being official.
I can remember playing in the old field house and making the transition from the old field house to this place where you guys are now playing, and that was 50 years ago. I can remember Father Joyce and Father Hesberg dreaming this dream that you guys are now living. So, number one, you should also be very, very thankful for where you guys are. I think about the game of basketball, and first of all, is preparation. Second is execution, and do it in a classy way. And I'll leave it at that.
Awesome. Thank you, Bob.
Bob was a competitor. Every rebound, he felt that belonged to him. He was going to get it. All the post moves, he had them. Took tremendous pride in his defensive ability.
In the game, Bob was the leading scorer, rebounder, block shots. He had made such an impact. The headlines in the paper next day was, "What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for?"
I think back, and it was an amazing experience for me. I certainly want to thank God, number one. Certainly want to thank my mother and father. Family and friends are very, very important to Bob Whitmore.
Well, the good news is you head down to Carolina with 8 active players, but Gibbs still really battling the flu. You've got Mooney and Durham playing on bad ankles. Was there a little trepidation as your guys took the floor?
You know, I felt better. I felt we were trending back up and we were getting deeper. And obviously TJ, even though we played him 35 minutes, wasn't 100%. Johnny felt really good at the shoot around and obviously showed that he was pretty good. And Juwan had looked good too. So I felt we had our bodies and we had a chance to compete, and we did.
20,000 plus in the stands. Carolina coming off the worst loss at home of the Roy Williams era. They come out, blitz you a bit, you turn it over, you're behind 7-2, but then Mooney scores a couple inside. TJ hits his only bucket of the game, a 3, and you've got it all tied at 9.
Yeah, and I loved, we took a punch early, which we almost expect in that atmosphere, and we hung in there, and our defense was great. Our defense gave us a chance in the first half. We didn't give up stuff in transition, really, for most of the night. We were rebounding the ball well, we were defending well, you know, and then we finished the half well to kind of give us a little momentum.
I mean, some of the team stats from the half, it was really amazing. You stayed right with them. You blocked 4 shots as a team. 5 different guys combined to make 6 threes. You won almost all the hustle stats, and then when Nate Leszewski hits that 3 right before the halftime buzzer, you're up 36-33.
Yeah, we're right where we want to be. I just loved how, and again, I thought the key was transition defense, which we really emphasized, did a great job getting back to it, and keeping them off the offensive board for the most part were keys.
You come out on the floor in the second half, and that crowd is expecting Carolina to come out and punch you. Instead, Hub hits a 3 to put you up by 6. It took Carolina 6 minutes to grab their first lead of the half.
Yeah, it was a great start. You know, they started guarding the ball screen a little bit better, and I think Prentice Hub picked up where he left off against Boston College, confident, making plays, trying to score the ball for us. And so, you know, you get off to a good start and you feel good again.
And that crowd, they were stunned a lot of times because they kept thinking, okay, here's where we knock them out. Here's where we knock them out. You kept getting off the mat. 3 ties and 9 lead changes in the second half.
It was just really a heck of a college basketball game, and I was really proud of our group because we continually made the right plays offensively. We were great with the basketball, not as good in the first half, 10 turnovers, which is tough for us, but only 1 turnover in the second half. So we were hanging in there and right what you want to be on. You know, you want to be in that position on the road against a good team, striking distance.
TJ, you could tell he was struggling. He really battled. He gave you 5 assists, but his shot wasn't there.
Yeah, just, you know, I think they really guarded him and took him away, but he is always so darn good with the ball, finding people, and he did with the 5 assists.
You recruited Luke May. He is considered a National Player of the Year candidate, but on this night, I don't think there's any question. John Mooney outplayed him. 14 points, 4 block shots, a career high 19 rebounds.
Johnny Mooney was the best player on that basketball court the other night, and I think the ACC and the nation are waking up on a daily basis saying, this is really an interesting story. I mean, he continues to do it night after night for us, and I think he can get even better.
You take your last lead with 7 minutes left, and Carolina goes on what I call a 12-1 run, but it really wasn't. You really defended. It took them 5.5 minutes to build their 10-point lead, but you stopped scoring.
Yeah, we just couldn't get anything going offensively down there. They got to the offensive backboard a little bit, which we worried about. But again, you know, to escape against an offensively talented group like Carolina, probably got to score more than the 60s. You got to get it up and out of there, and we couldn't do that down the stretch.
But the Irish continued to battle right through the final minute to account for a final score of 75-69, with the Tar Heels coming out on top. A whole lot more of John Mooney coming up right after this timeout. How well is John Mooney playing this season? Well, he is the only player in the country averaging a double-double while making better than 54% of his shots overall and 40% of his shots from three. So John has earned his own segment this week, a segment that begins with Mooney firing questions at fellow junior Nick Jogo on the Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break.
What's up, guys? This is John Mooney with Nick Jogo. We're going to do the Notre Dame Men's Basketball Fast Break. Here we go. Favorite NBA player?
Kobe or Manu Ginobili.
NBA team.
The Raptors, baby. This is our year.
Dream 3-on-3 team.
Me, Kobe, and MJ. No, Shaq. Instead of MJ.
Favorite food?
You want Nutella crepes. Maybe a little strawberry on the side. I'm feeling up to it.
Celebrity crush?
Jennifer Aniston.
North or South Dining Hall?
South.
Favorite movie?
Shawshank Redemption or Good Will Hunting.
Favorite actor?
Ryan Gosling.
Favorite actress?
Might be Jennifer Aniston.
Favorite musical artist or band?
Drake. Shout out 6.
Best dunker on the team, other than Mooney?
Other than Mooney? I don't think he gets enough credit. I'm going with Juwan Durham.
That's actually probably true. Fastest on the team?
Me, actually.
After John Mooney scored 43 points, blocked 7 shots, and grabbed 31 rebounds in Notre Dame's games against Boston College and North Carolina, it would be an injustice if this week's Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats Play of the Week, did not feature him.
Alley-oop to Mooney, who puts it off the glass and in. Gets it into Mooney for the two-handed jam. Into Mooney in the lane, double pumps, puts it up and in, it gets fouled. John Mooney puts it on the floor, drives into the lane for the runner. That's off the back of the rim and in. John Mooney. It's back to Mooney. Mooney for 3. Got it!
Passes in the lane to Brooks, and his dunk attempt is blocked by Mooney, who says, "Get that shot out of here."
It's time now for the experts at TireRack.com. Question of the week for Coach Bray, and this week's question comes from diehard Notre Dame fan Katie Williams of Granger. This week's question is, Coach, how excited are you about Rex Pfluger coming back next season?
There's not a bigger fan than Katie Williams, and we love her, but I'm very excited about having Rex back, that we've been able to save that eligibility. He'll be able to get a master's degree in business, which is very, very powerful. To have his leadership and his winning and his toughness and his energy back, it's going to be very, very good. I have a very close relationship with him. I'm looking forward to having him as a captain one more year.
You're back on this floor Saturday against a ranked NC State team.
Well, they can really play fast, transition defense again, like against North Carolina, we're going to have to do against NC State. They score it, they've got good guards, we're going to have to control tempo. Can we rebound the basketball? And can we get into an offensive rhythm that gets us into the 70s and maybe the 80s here?
Then you're back down in Atlanta on Tuesday night to play Georgia Tech in a building that's been very tough on you.
Very hard, and they're playing well. Georgia Tech playing really well, playing a lot of different zone defenses. They also have a big shot blocker in the back and Banks, so the ACC is the ACC, man. We're trying to survive.
So we always have lots of highlights, some good for the other team each and every week on this show. We'll show you all the highlights of the NC State and Georgia Tech games on next week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball. For Coach Bray, I'm Jack Nolan. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners, Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.